Another pretty new update in Google Meet is Google Meet and Jamboard integration. So if you've never checked out Jamboard before, it's sort of like this Google Meet, like interactive whiteboard meets Google Slides meets Google Drawings type of thing. So this is actually one of the only new features of Google Meet that you can't get through activities. In activities, we saw breakout rooms, polls, and Q&A just recently released. You're actually going to, and over here I have my teacher screen on the left and my student screen on the right. I'm actually going to make my teacher screen bigger so I can show you. You're going to go to your 3 vertical dots, your more options, and you're going to select the very first one, whiteboard. It says open a jam. So you can either choose to start a new whiteboard or new jam, or choose one from your drive. I'm just going to start a new one here. And you'll see I can automatically set it to either be view only access for my students or edit access for my students. I can also change my mind. So if I want it to be view only while maybe explaining the activity, and then I want to switch it to edit while they actually do the activity, I can totally do that. So I'm going to start by doing view, and I'm going to hit send. The students are going to see, and I apologize, I know this is a lot going on right now because I'm trying to show you the student view too. The students saw that little pop-up. It like basically automatically sent a message for me in the chat, and the students would actually click on that link and they would see jam. So let me focus on this for a second, make it nice and big. If you've never used Google Meet Jamboard before, it's really cool, a lot of cool, interesting features. Again, kind of think of it like Google Slides meets interactive whiteboard meets Google Drawings. On your left-hand side, just to sort of run through it real quick, you have some different tools. You have the pen tool. You have, of course, the eraser tool. You have the select tool. You have sticky notes or post-it tools. Just doing this real quick just to give you a sense of some things that you can do with it. And you can always edit, duplicate, delete any post-its that you make. You also have an add image tool, so you can upload, do a Google image search, get from your drive, or do photos. So great, like for like labeling activities, or like labeling diagrams, things like that. You also have some different shapes here. You can draw. You have text box and some text editing tools. Change the color, align, and you also have this sort of like pointer that'll kind of disappear. You can also create additional frames. So that's where I sort of get like, oh, it's kind of like Google Slides where, you can make 5 frames and you can tell a student, hey, you're going to work on frame 5, another student, you're going to work on frame 4. So this is what I mean by if you want to just have the students have it view only when you're going over instructions, and then if you wanted to change it to let them have editing access, you can easily just hit share and make editor and editor and editor and then hit save. So a nice tool if you don't want kids kind of like getting too much into it, messing things up before you really explain it. So that is a little preview of Google Meet and Jamboard integration. A really cool tool. Again, the students will have to click into it on their own, and they'll be able to see what you're doing, what their classmates are doing, and ultimately what they could be doing within Google Meet Jamboard. So one final little reminder, it's not located in your activities. It's actually when you click on the 3 dots that are disappearing for you right now, there we go. You just click whiteboard, open a jam, and that will create this interactive whiteboard Jamboard space for you and your students to look at during a Google Meet.